So, in Remnant 2, you get a material called Relic Dust, and you get Relic Fragments, which go on your relic. So, something like the Dragon Heart, the Void Heart, whichever one you are using. And these relics have, or the Relic Fragments, have different levels to them, different rarities, and yeah, they can give you incredible buffs. They can make your build so much better. So in this video, we're going to cover how you can essentially get an infinite amount of Relic Dust, which can be turned into a bunch of Relic Fragments. But you have to know that these Relic Fragments are only going to upgrade based on the level of your archetypes. I've done videos for XP farms and everything like that. If you need to level up faster, there's a bunch of tips videos on the channel for all different kinds of things within Remnant 2. But basically, if you have all of your archetypes at level 10, you're going to get mythic Relic Fragments. And they are going to give you stupid buffs, like 15% ranged crit chance as a pure example. I don't know the actual percentages, I just know they are very, very high. And at the moment, based on my personal levels, I'm getting flawless Relic Fragments, which are still in between, I'm going to say 4 and maybe 6% bonuses, just for simply putting them on your relic. So the very first thing you're going to need to do is make sure that you've got the adventure mode for Loathsome unlocked. So the Loathsome world in the game, complete it so that you have the adventure mode available. Then what you're going to do is keep re-rolling it until you get a sewer dungeon. It can be Harvester's Reach, it can be Tiller's Rest, and it can also be the Great Sewers. But what you're going to do is make progress through any of those areas that you get, any of those dungeons, until you find this area which looks like a massive grate sort of thing on the wall. There's an explosive barrel on the floor that you shoot to open up that, basically corridor. If you do not get that in your roll, you have to re-roll. So basically, run through the sewers. If you don't get that area with the explosive barrel, go to a checkpoint and re-roll. You'll know whether you have it or not because it's very, very easy to actually find, and the dungeons themselves are not that big. But once you found that area, follow it all the way through. You're going to get to this section that has these cages floating, and there is one that has a purple item. Do not shoot this item. Don't do anything with it just yet. You're going to also have to make sure that you have made it far enough into the game to take down the Ravager in the Yasha world. You get a choice to either save the doe or kill it and take down the Ravager. You have to have taken down the Ravager to get a crafting material called the Crimson Membrane. Or you can have the Engineer archetype and have it at level 5 so that you have the Flamethrower turret. And once you have one of those two, you've crafted the Merciless Long Gun from the Crimson Membrane, or you've got the Flamethrower turret, you're going to make your way around that section, all the way up the stairs, up the ladder and everything, drop down until you are standing directly underneath, on the platform underneath that cage. Then what I've been doing is using the Merciless, and you're just going to keep shooting either with the Flamethrower turret for the Engineer, make sure it's in your hands, not on the floor. Either with that Flamethrower turret or with the Merciless, keep shooting the body inside that cage. It's going to drop a bunch of severed hands. If you want scrap, I did a video on the exact same method for scrap farming. You can shoot the severed hands, go into your inventory, inspect them, interact with them, and they are going to pull the ring off. Each time the ring comes off, it's 250 scrap, and it's shared in co-op, so 3 of you doing it at the same time. Essentially, every couple of seconds, you're getting 750 scrap. And each time you shoot this cage, you're going to get a severed hand. So you can get a bunch of scrap really, really quickly. But with this, if you keep hold of those hands and you make it to so basically gather a bunch of hands, get a couple of hundreds even if you want to. What you're then going to do is find the asylum. It's known as something sanatorium in Loathsome. So still in the same world. I'm not sure if you're going to have to re-roll the world or anything like that. So make sure that you've got enough severed hands, and it might make your game lag. This is known to cause a lot of frame drops, sometimes to the point where your game becomes a slideshow. But once you've made it to the sanatorium, you need to make enough progress to go through to the Gilded Chambers or whatever it's called, to where you first meet the Nightweaver boss and you get the Soul Key tribute. Then with that Soul Key tribute, you go to the basement of the sanatorium, you interact with the strange web, you unlock it, you go through to the Tormented Asylum. It's basically the same area you were just in a different realm. Then if you go to the room next door, there is another web. You can interact with this one and you can give it items. Every single time you give it a severed hand, you're going to get 5 Relic Dust. And we did 2 runs of this, so I dumped a whole ammo box worth of ammo into the cage, got a bunch of severed hands, came to this area with the web, gave it all the hands, and got about 1300 relic dust. Then we went back and did it again because the area stays open if you can get the asylum and one of the sewers with that cage section in it. If you can get them to roll in the same world, you can keep going back and forth. But the second time we did it, we had a bunch more hands, went back, and I think we got like 3400 relic dust. It was absolutely insane. Then what you do with that relic dust is you return to Ward 13. When you are there's going to be this creepy vendor you can interact with. You go up to them, and for 15 relic dust, you can purchase a relic fragment. But before you start purchasing relic fragments, re-roll something campaign or adventure mode, and stick it on Apocalypse difficulty, because as well as your character level, so all of your archetypes, the difficulty of your game is tied into it. You don't need to make any progress on Apocalypse or anything like that. Like, just set it to the highest difficulty you possibly can, because that is going to basically trick the shop into thinking, oh, you're playing on a higher difficulty, you're going to need to output more damage, we're going to give you stronger relic fragments. And at the time, I believe I had over 5,000 relic dust, so a bunch of different fragments, and when you start leveling them up, when they start reaching the max level for your character level, so all of your archetypes combined, it will then start spitting relic dust back to you. You're spending 15 with the chance of upgrading a relic fragment. If it's like going to give you one that you've already got at max level, you'll get 5 relic dust instead. So when you start getting the relic dust coming in, switch over to the other types of relic fragments, or even make more progress in the game, level up your archetypes and come back. And that is what you're going to do. Just get your characters to the highest level you can, then just keep buying fragments over and over again until they meet the until they find a plateau and they start giving you relic dust, because they're at the max level they can be for your character level. But if you have all of your archetypes level 10, you'll start getting mythic relic fragments, and they are the absolute best for your build. And that is how you get an infinite amount of relic dust and a bunch of really powerful relic fragments in Remnant 2. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.